Senior leadership needs to provide actionable direction to their employees on AI that is clear and actionable. If management don't inform people on what they should be doing with AI, people will naturally make it up as they go along. And we don't want that. The problem is fear of the unknown. What does AI mean for the organization? And how can we mitigate these risks? People I speak to are worried about intellectual property leakage. They fear data protection problems with AI. And they're also concerned about the possible security risks that AI could pose. Because we are at the very early stages of AI, the real impact of these potential AI challenges are not yet apparent. Which brings me to the question of, what should we be doing about the deployment of AI in our organization? And the answer is, we should create an AI policy. I can imagine people getting turned off at the very mention of the word policy, but hear me out for a moment. Employee policies have a bad name in most organizations. I blame the lawyers. Once they get involved in policies, it gets really complicated. So whilst policies have a bad name, we have to think of them more as communication devices, and maybe even not call them policies. For AI, the leadership team needs to come together and produce the master directive on AI and how it is to be used in the organization. So the first step is to create a master policy that covers your organization's approach to AI best practices. Interestingly, I prompted ChatGPT to see what it thought should be the best approach to providing direction on AI. And it came up with the following things. Number one was, you needed a comprehensive AI governance framework or an ethical AI policy. And my favorite, a continuous AI performance monitoring and improvement protocol. We all know that no one is going to read that sucker. The problem with these suggestions is that these are projects in their own right. They will take ages to develop and could be out of date by the time they're published. So we're going to develop an AI best practice for your organization. The most effective approach for creating these blue sky strategies is to work through the big rules. This is a team collaboration model that I came across while working with Shell. The objective is to find the big things that the group can agree upon. A good way to start is to get agreement on what your organization will not allow people to do on AI. For example, we will not allow customer personal data to be processed on AI models. The senior leadership team needs to be brought together for a number of short, time-limited sessions, such as lunchtimes. All we are looking for from this group are decisions. Bullet point, what's in, what's out. These executives need to be facilitated by someone who is maybe not part of the organization. The role of this person is to drive the deliverable. Over 2 or 3 sessions, the list of rules will be finalized. Then someone will document these rules in plain English. The emphasis should be clear instructions to employees. Initially, the best practice document for AI should be as brief as possible. It can be modified over time as the use of AI in your organization evolves. The final step is to communicate your AI guidelines to all of your employees. One of the best ways is physical posters in lifts, toilets, and staff eating areas, or communication via intranet and platforms like Teams or Slack. This seems like a fairly obvious approach, but you would be surprised at how many organizations have not taken this step for fear of getting it wrong, taking too much effort, or not knowing where to start. Ideally, a second stage is that the AI best practice would be used as an overarching guideline to the creation of AI best practice for each of the key departments within your organization. For example, there would be the development of an AI best practice for software development or for marketing. Here, we would undertake exactly the same process with the departmental leadership, but these sessions would be much more granular on the tools, on the use cases, and on the data sets that that department uses. It also would be advisable to have regular reviews on, say, a biannual basis to determine if the AI policy was fit for purpose and to see if it needs to be changed. So in summary, the 4 steps are: number 1, craft a clear AI policy. Number 2, get leadership to collaborate. Thirdly, document and communicate the policy to staff, and then set up a regular review and try and percolate the AI policy to the various departments. I believe that organizational policies can be a superpower if they're done right and they take people into account. Given the newness of AI, I think there exists an opportunity to get ahead of this huge change in process and technology. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.